Today, we are answering that question, what you don't know about RV insurance. There's a hurricane happening right now in the state of Florida. Are you covered? What happens if a tree falls on your RV? Are you covered? Or what happens if you're towing your RV down the road? In this video, we are talking to America's Choice insurance partners, answering that questions to make sure you're not paying too much for RV insurance and that you're properly covered, especially if you're a full-timer. We're gonna be diving down deep into insurance, and we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Guys, today we have such an informative video. You're not gonna wanna miss this. At any time of the video, if you wanna learn more about America's Choice, make sure you click our link down below. But first, we have Ben and George. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us,
Tell
Matt.
us a little bit about yourselves and who is America's Choice Insurance Partners.
Sure. Thank you so much for having us here. America's Choice Insurance Partners. We are General RV's official insurance agency, and we were founded in 1984 as an outlet really for customers when they arrived to pick up their RV. If they didn't have coverage in place, we could go ahead and put a policy together for them right away. Since then, we've taken a more proactive approach with our customer base, reaching out to them in advance of the delivery to make sure that they're educated on the coverages that they're eligible for, that the RV is protected properly, and that so when they do arrive to pick up their unit, that everything goes smoothly and they don't have to worry about anything on the insurance side.
Great. So a question that I get asked a lot is, is there a difference between car insurance, home insurance, and particularly for the people watching the show, RV insurance? So tell us a little bit about your specialty products when it comes to the insurance side of it.
Absolutely, Matt. So the thing that makes RVs very unique is that at the end of the day, they're a house on wheels. So they take the attributes of a auto and a home policy. So from settlement, liability, as well as content, those are all covered on an RV that would be RV specific, since not all carriers actually have an RV specific product.
So what are some things that a customer who owns an RV might not be aware of? What are some different coverages that they should look at in their insurance policy that they already have, or something that they're going to want to be aware of when it does come time for them to get insurance on their RV?
It's a great question, Matt. The biggest thing that most people miss when they're looking into the RV insurance is how they get paid in the event they were to total the unit. When you insure the RV on the auto policy, like George had mentioned, that policy is going to pay you out on a depreciated blue book basis, which means you're going to get a check for the depreciated amount regardless of how much you paid, regardless of how much you owe on the RV, whereas the carriers that we work with and the policies we structure, we can get you a brand new coach for the first 5 to 10 years that you own the RV, depending which carrier we work with. For example, if you were to total this RV 5 years from now, we'd get you a brand new 2029, as similar as possible to the RV that you have today.
Man, that sounds awesome. So why would somebody want to use America's Choice RV partner, insurance partners? Why is it important for them to have a specific broker, I guess I would say, for RVs? And are you guys exclusive to General RV customers?
That's a great question. So we are not just exclusive with General RV. However, the benefit of that is more of the peace of mind, Matt.
Okay.
When it comes to that, is you're talking with actual specialists. So with our carriers like a Progressive, we're one of 3 recreational specialists in the entire country. And that we don't get that just by the volume of business, but also the quality of business that we write with them. So we can give everyone peace of mind of A, how that policy is structured, knowing that everything they're eligible for from settlement, and the other piece of liability, which we will go in further conversation with our advisor that we brought here today, about why you don't want that to be exposed to other policies. So again, that hybrid between an auto and a home policy is so it doesn't expose other limits when the event and incident were to happen. So if it happens with the RV, it stays there.
So you're telling me people watch our show, we give them valuable information, and even if they didn't buy an RV from me in General RV, they can still use America's Choice on their RV?
Absolutely. We're licensed in over 30 states to be able to accommodate.
That's awesome. Make sure you guys click the link down below. Now, a question that I personally have, by the way, we surveyed you guys. We surveyed a select few of our audience to figure out what questions that they want. But a question that I have, and truthfully, I've been in the industry for 8-9 years, what does full coverage insurance mean and cover?
So full coverage in the insurance world is sort of a myth. Most people look at that as, having liability and what's called physical damage protection, which is how you get paid in the event that you total the RV, which are both very important coverages. But there's many more coverages on an RV insurance policy that you will not get with an auto policy. Things like vacation liability, pest and roof protection, your contents coverage. There's so many more things that go into an RV insurance quote that you won't see in your typical auto quote.
Wow. And so does everybody that has RV insurance, does everybody qualify for that total loss coverage that you were talking about earlier?
So total loss replacement is specifically designed for people that are really new purchasers, people that are buying their RV new.
Got it.
Or if they've had it for up to a year. So whether you're buying a brand new RV today, you would qualify for total loss replacement, or maybe you purchased it last year and it's less than 1 year old, you would qualify as well. Beyond that, for anybody with a pre-owned unit, we have other options as well, such as agreed value, that can still protect you against depreciation.
Man, this has been really useful, guys. It's just part one of the video. Again, if you guys are already sold on America's Choice, or you want to get a quote on your current insurance that you already have, even if you bought your RV from a different dealership, make sure you guys click our link down below. The one big thing that I want to say before we talk to our next specialist is, when I was an RV salesperson, not with General RV, who didn't partner with America's Choice Insurance Company, we'd be on the phone with all these different insurance agents, and when we sold a 2020 Coachman Leprechaun, they would look it up by VIN number and they'd be like, oh, you're buying an Econoline van. And it's like, well, no, it's a Class C motorhome. And they would have no idea what any of that means, because they don't deal with that, and so they're not protecting you the right way. Not like an RV specialty broker. Love you guys. Even if you don't use America's Choice, you really want to partner with somebody that does specialize in RVs. With that said, America's Choice is obviously the one that General likes to partner with, and we like to partner with. So guys, thank you so much for coming on the show. Guys, don't sign off yet, especially if you're a full-time RVer or you want to dive down deeper into the nitty-gritty of the different coverages. You're going to want to talk to the next advisor. Next up, we have Tom. Tom, what's your role with America's Choice?
So I'm one of the sales or insurance advisors here at America's Choice. I'm the one that you would be calling and talking to.
So tell us a little bit about the different types of coverages that we have. Vacation liabilities, full-time coverage, part-time coverage, weekend warriors. Let's dive down deep into that and do like a frequently asked question. Educate us.
Yeah, so one of the most common coverages that are missed on a policy when you're just insuring it or tacking it onto an auto policy is what's called vacation liability. It's extremely important in the RV world. It covers you if someone's injured in or around the RV while it's parked. Typically, liability falls on your home policy, which exposes your home. When you have an RV-specific policy, you're able to add that liability directly on the RV, and that way you're not filing a claim on your home in the event, say a kid runs through your campsite, falls, breaks his arm, and the family says, hey, we're suing.
Got it, got it. So something that I hear a lot is a lot of people say that they don't need insurance for their RV. When it's parked at their house, it's covered under home insurance. When it's hooked up to their truck, it's covered under their vehicle insurance. Can we dive down a little bit about into those features, and then what happens if their RV gets stolen as well?
So when it comes to the tow vehicle and towing an RV, the only thing that's really going to be covered is liability.
Okay.
So if you're driving, towing a fifth wheel, turn left, RV swings out, takes out a car, the truck's not damaged, however the RV and that person's injured, yes, the liability will cover over. So there is a little bit of truth to that, but no physical damage is going to be covered if you're not insuring it thinking your tow vehicle's insuring it. If it's at your home, a tree falls on it while it's in your driveway, that's not something that's going to be covered under your home policy.
And what if it gets stolen?
If it gets stolen, that's where we come in, and if you have that total loss replacement or agreed value policy, they'll either put you into a brand new RV or they'll write you a check for an agreed upon value.
Okay, so a big taboo when I was in sales, and this is a few years back, and it's definitely starting to become more streamlined and more popular, is the F word, full-time. Tell us a little bit about full-time. Do you guys cover that? Is that a taboo? Like what's the deal with getting insurance if you're a full-time RVer?
Absolutely. So we do work with several different carriers that offer full-time insurance, or full-time RVing insurance, so to say. So it's set up very, very similar to how an RV policy would as a wreck policy. However, the liability does follow you instead of just the RV. So, say you're out golfing and hit someone in the head with a golf ball. Typically, your homeowner's policy is going to cover that. If you're using the RV as your primary home, that's where the full-timers package comes in, and they will carry over the liability to you and not just the RV.
Wow. I know, I've heard allegedly salespeople used to say back in the day, allegedly, hey, never tell a bank, never tell an insurance company that you're full-timing. But this is 10 years ago back when such a small portion of the population did that. Now it's mainstream. Will full-times, you know? So that's really awesome to know that you guys specialize in that. And especially anybody who is a full-timer, make sure you're covered the right way. This is your home. These are $50, $100, $200,000. Make sure you protect yourself. And then speaking of, I actually had a problem with my RV just the other day. There was a mouse in there. So what happens if I get a mouse or a rat or a tree limb falls on the roof, or I'm at a campground and the windshield breaks or something like that? What features is covered under the insurance policy with America's Choice on that aspect?
So there's several different coverages that are offered on an RV policy with the carriers we work with. We offer pest protection, which covers the RV against any type of pest-related issues. So rodents chewing wires, mice, squirrels, vermin, raccoons, situations like that are covered under a policy, and you have coverage up to $10,000. You speak about the tree branches falling on. The roof protection does get a little confusing. It doesn't necessarily cover a tree branch falling on the RV. The roof protection on an RV policy isn't necessarily for that. That's where your comprehensive and collision comes in.
Got it.
The roof protection on an RV policy is for wear and tear,
okay,
which is completely unheard of in the insurance world. Now, you just bought a new RV.
Yep.
I'm not going to have any roof issues. I have a warranty, things like that. The roof protection is more so for the items damaged on the inside as well.
Oh,
so
wow.
You split a seam, split a weld, park the RV for a couple weeks, get back into it, and you have water damage on your walls, cabinets, floors, counters, couches, areas like that. That's where the roof protection comes into play.
That's awesome. Now, the one thing I want to say, this sounds very complicated. And it sounds like we're keep diving deeper and deeper down a rabbit hole. So for me, I actually love the fact that you guys do this every single day on every single RVs. Again, guys, I can't emphasize it enough. Your local agent or whoever, they might have 10 customers with an RV in their whole portfolio, where 100% of your customers all have RVs.
Yeah,
or at least
pretty close to 100%.
Okay,
yeah. We definitely do this all day, every day. An average insurance agent probably writes 10 to 15 RVs a year, and our agency will insure about 700, 800 a month.
Wow. Phenomenal. With that said, let's talk to the best person that we saved for last. Maddie, we saved the best for last. Maddie, who are you and what is a client service manager?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I am the client service manager at America's Choice Insurance. And what's unique about our service team over, just calling an 800 number is all of our agents here are fully licensed. So when you call into us, you are speaking with somebody that is licensed and is able to advise on the policy, not just, read a description of what a coverage is. We'll be able to break it down for you and make sure it truly fits your needs.
So you're the one that's reaching out to the customers, working with the customers hand in hand after they get the policy. You're the ones that you reach out to them once they're activating a policy or turning in a coverage.
Exactly. So we work with, once you got that policy in place with somebody like Tom, we're there to help you answer any questions, working on those policy changes, you updated your address, or even if you move states, we'll help you get that new policy in place with your new address. Or trading in your unit, we'll make sure all those RV coverages are still applied.
And what happens if somebody needs to turn in their coverage? Walk us through that process and how that all works.
Yes, the claims process.
Yes.
You never want to use your insurance, but in the event you do, you've got it here, and we'll make sure, we walk it through, talk through your deductibles, and it just kind of explain the process of what it's going to look like after you, file that claim. Make sure it's all accurate and you have the coverage that you need and what it's going to look like.
Okay, and the benefits of having the service team is?
Yes, the benefit of us is we do an annual account review. So every time that policy is up for renewal, we'll reach out, make sure, maybe you did forget to tell us about that address change, or we'll review it, make sure no lifestyle changes happened, and make sure you're in the best spot possible, not only for that RV, also your home and auto we'll do reviews on as well.
Wow, that's phenomenal. I'm actually coming up to my annual review on my travel trailer very, very soon, so I'll be getting a call from America's Choice.
Yes, you will.
Yep, so any final closing remarks that you want to make for America's Choice? Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on in. So, thank you for watching, everybody. We hope to hear from you guys soon, all at America's Choice Insurance.
If you have any questions about the insurance policy you have, or if you're in the market to purchase an RV, please give us a call. We'd be happy to structure a quote for you and answer any questions you may have.
Especially click our link down below. You guys will see that it's the special Matt's RV Reviews form that you fill out. It's kind of like a version of Matt's Cast for America's Choice, and you can actually see my little logo man holding their logo of the lantern. That's like Inception, like a logo holding a logo. Finally, make sure you guys stop by the America's Choice insurance display at the Hershey RV show. Make sure you guys reach out to them to make sure that you guys are getting a great price, but more importantly, the proper insurance coverage for you and your RV. Thank you guys so much for joining us in Elkhart today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with another RV review.